Towbook's mobile app makes it easy for managers, dispatchers, and drivers to monitor business operations on the go, dispatch calls to drivers, and receive jobs on their mobile device. When sending calls to your drivers or managing your own calls as an owner-operator, you'll be able to view all important call data, edit the call if needed, add photos, send receipts, collect signatures, and so much more. If you prefer to use an iOS device, such as an iPhone or iPad, you'll be excited to know that Towbook can work on any iOS device. To get started, simply download the Towbook app from the iOS App Store. Once downloaded, enter your Towbook login credentials to access the app, and you're ready to work. Welcome to the iOS app for Towbook. Let's get started by reviewing your menu options and settings by tapping on the menu icon in the bottom right corner. Items in this menu may vary depending on which user type you have in Towbook, but we'll cover them all. If your company requires you to check in for work, you'll want to toggle this button to the on position before every shift, letting your team know that you're available and ready to accept jobs. Don't forget to check out at the end of your shift. Moving down the list, you'll see the option to add truck expenses. Just like in the web app, you're able to upload and add any expenses, such as fuel, maintenance, repairs, and more. To upload an expense using your iOS device, tap on the Add Truck Expense option and enter all your details, such as the truck it's related to, the expense category, cost, and any other additional details. You can even upload multiple documents or receipts by tapping on the plus icon in the Photos section to reference later if needed. Be sure to tap Done once all the information has been added. As a reminder, you can access any expenses via the web app by clicking on Settings, selecting the Truck section, clicking on a truck, and then viewing the Expenses tab. Next, if your company requires pre-trip inspections, select Equipment Inspections from the menu and press the plus icon in the upper right-hand corner. Select your truck, enter in your truck's odometer reading, add any notes about this inspection report, and then proceed with the checklist as usual. If something fails, simply enter the failure reason. Optionally, you can take a picture of the failed equipment as well. Once finished, tap Sign in the top right corner to sign the inspection report and automatically send the report to your manager. Inspection reports created will be viewable at any time in the mobile app should drivers need to present them to anyone on the road, such as law enforcement. Going back to the menu, you'll notice that Towbook has a chat feature available where you can chat with your team in either a private group chat or about a particular call. You'll receive an audible notification when you have a new chat available. Tapping on Active Calls will show all chats on your active calls, or view previous chat threads by tapping on Closed Calls. To reply, simply select a chat and add your message. The Map section in Towbook is a powerful tool within both the web and mobile apps. If you have the stickering feature activated on your account, you'll find the map in the side menu here. Otherwise, it will be displayed on the main navigation screen. Tap on Map in menu. A map will appear showing all your calls and drivers. You can zoom in and out of the map using the pinch and zoom motion. Each call will be colored according to what status it's in. Tap on any calls to view basic information and select View Details to open the call screen showing the job details. Tap on the globe icon in the upper right corner to view the map via satellite view. Tapping on a driver within the map will show you any calls they're currently assigned to and what status each call is in. It will also display when their location was last updated. At the bottom of the map section, you'll notice 5 different icons. The vehicle icon on the left will allow you to filter your waiting, active, and scheduled calls. The person icon will show or remove drivers from being viewable on the map. Tapping on the list icon will show all active calls and drivers, along with which truck your drivers are in and when their location was last updated. Tap on the driver's name to view their exact location on the map. Select the Target option to zoom out and show the entire map, or the Home icon to show your home base. The Digital Connections tab is where you'll find a list of any companies, such as motor clubs, that you're digitally connected to via Towbook. Tap on any digital connection to either view the account details associated with that connection or log in or out of that account in order to stop receiving digital calls from that company in Towbook. The driver section of your settings menu will show all drivers for your company. Add a new driver on the go using the plus icon in the upper right corner and entering all their details, or search for any driver using the search bar. You can also filter your drivers by company or whether they service heavy jobs. Tap on the call option for any driver to bring up the option to either call or text them. You can also update any driver details here or delete the driver profile if needed. Selecting the Truck section in the Settings menu of your app will bring up every vehicle in your fleet. You can search for any vehicle using the search bar or add a new truck using the plus icon in the top right corner. Tap on any vehicle in your fleet to add any notes about the vehicle and to view or change any vehicle details if necessary. You're also able to delete a truck from your fleet here as well. Next up is the Users tab. Here you will find all users within your company, from managers, dispatchers, drivers, and accountants. Just as in the Drivers section, you can tap on the plus icon at the top to add a new user, or search for a particular user using the search bar. Tap on any user in your company to view their user details. From here, you can edit many details. You're also able to change their username, enter a new password in case they forgot it, change the user type, disable the user, or delete the user if needed. Select the Settings option in the menu to add or update any app-related settings, such as setting your preferred navigation app, using the app in dark mode, or connecting your Square reader to accept payments. Tapping on About will show which app version and iOS version your device is using, and contact details for Towbook support for when you need our assistance. When troubleshooting, our team will frequently ask which app version you're on, so you'll quickly find that here when you need it. Before moving on, one thing to mention when accessing the Settings menu is your name and user type at the top. Should you ever need to quickly access your Towbook account number, you can find that by tapping on this information. And lastly, you have the Log Off option. Logging out after every shift will stop reporting your location to your company. Now that we've covered the Settings menu, let's check out where you'll be spending most of your time, which is in the Dispatch tab. Tapping on Dispatch at the bottom will take you to the main dispatching screen to view all your waiting, active, completed, scheduled, or canceled jobs, along with any quotes. Finding specific jobs in the app is easy. Use the magnifying glass icon to search for specific calls or quotes via the search bar, or tap on the gear icon to search using multiple variables, such as customer information, vehicle data, the driver associated with the call, or a custom date range if needed. Select the filter icon to only show calls assigned to you if you're a manager or dispatcher and are completing calls of your own. Select the plus icon to create a new call or quote from the iOS mobile app using the Mobile Call Editor. Here you can choose to create a quote, an on-scene call, or a standard call. The on-scene call option allows you to create a new call quickly with minimal call details so that you can gather pertinent things like photos and work as quickly as possible to leave the location site. The option was specifically created for clients to do repossession or private property impounds. For practice purposes, we're going to create a standard call with all the details, and feel free to follow along on your device as we go along. You can enter all the vehicle details manually or use our Plate to VIN features to pull in the vehicle details for you. When using Plate to VIN, notice that the app will ask you to confirm the last 3 digits of the VIN. This security feature is here to ensure the VIN matches the plate and that you have the correct vehicle. Managers and dispatchers can bypass this feature if they'd like, but it is a requirement for any tow operators. Continue building your call by assigning a driver, entering all call details such as the account, call reason, ETA, and any notes. When adding the pickup location, you'll notice an option to enter a single address or multiple addresses. Toggling the option to use multiple addresses will populate the option to add additional stops on your call and will calculate all the mileage between each stop. We'll use a single address for this call. Tap in the pickup location box to add your first address. Here you'll find a few different ways to capture your call's pickup address. Start typing the address in the address box. If your company uses our Google Map features, it'll start populating the closest addresses that match what you're entering, and you can select it from here. If you have a custom location that Google doesn't recognize, you can select the green pencil icon to enter it. Just be aware that the mileage may not populate correctly using this option. Next, you're able to populate a specific account's address in the call by selecting the list icon. If you know an approximation of the location and are near it, drag the pin anywhere on the map you want to go. If you'd like to enter your current location as the pickup address, tap on the target icon to capture your device's current location. Tapping on the duplicate icon here will allow you to copy the address or GPS coordinates of the selected location. Once your pickup location is populated, tap Confirm Pickup at the bottom. Notice that Tobuck will show the calculated mileage, and you're able to clear the address if you'd like to enter a new one. For the destination, you can also add the location using the methods described previously. Additionally, if this is an inbound, toggle the destination switch from address to impound, which will populate your impound lot and offer the option to add a police hold to the call. Continue creating the call by adding any contact information for your customer if needed, and at the bottom, add or edit any additional charges. If you have pricing rules set up in your account, those charges will auto-populate in the mobile app, just as they do in the web application. Next, you'll find the option to add a discount to this call or edit the fuel surcharge if necessary. Once finished, tap Done at the top to save the call or create and dispatch the call to the assigned driver. You've officially created your first call via the iOS app. If you're a dispatcher or manager and need to send the call out to your driver from waiting status, simply tap the Update Status button. Choose Dispatched as the status, add your driver and truck, and tap Done again to alert your driver of the new call. When a call is dispatched to you, you'll hear an alert and see a notification. Select the Accept button so your team members know that you've received the call. If you want to start the call now, tap on View Call to show the call details. Otherwise, close the notification window to revisit it later. When you're ready to start working the assigned call, select the Active tab to view all your assigned calls. Tap the Update Status button on the call and update your status to en route. Next, if you need navigation, you can tap on the call and then the arrow icon next to the pickup location to start turn-by-turn directions. When you arrive on scene, be sure to update your status to let your dispatchers know you've arrived. Each status update will be time-stamped appropriately. Depending on your company policies and procedures, your first step when arriving on scene is usually to add photos or videos. At the top, you'll notice a sliding navigation bar where you'll perform any actions related to the call. To add photos, simply tap the Photos and Videos option. Select the plus icon and take pictures of the vehicle, focusing on any current damage to the vehicle to reference in the future if needed. You can also add videos to your calls by holding down the Capture button. Each video can be up to 10 seconds long. Tap Done when you're finished. You'll see photos and videos appear on the call as they're uploaded. You can also complete a damage report if your company requires that, or if you're concerned about a possible damage claim against you or the company in the future. To add a damage report, use the menu at the top to select the Damage Forms option. Tap the plus sign in the upper right corner and then change the body type if needed by selecting the 3 dots. Next, tap on the areas of the vehicle you need to record damages for. Choose the damage type, add a description and photos of the vehicle damages, and then tap Done. When the damage report is done, tap Sign and have your customer agree to the terms and conditions. Sign the report and tap the green check mark. Your damage report will automatically upload to the call. If you'd like to send a copy of this damage report to your customer, tap on Damage Forms once more. Tap on the report, select Email to enter their email address, and tap Send. While on scene, you can add or edit call and vehicle details by tapping Edit in the upper right corner. As mentioned earlier, our mobile apps have plate-to-VIN technology embedded so that you can enter the license plate and state to quickly add vehicle information to the call. Or you can simply scan the VIN barcode associated with the vehicle by choosing the barcode icon. Afterwards, continue to update any additional vehicle information, account details, call details, contacts, charges, and more. When scrolling down to the location section, notice this person icon. Tapping on this icon will allow you to capture your customer's location via the mobile app by entering their cell phone number and selecting OK. Once sent, your customer will receive a text message to allow you to view their location. When their location is shared, it will automatically add the pickup address in the call. Tap Done when the call information has been updated or once customer location has been requested. To chat with your team regarding this call, select the chat icon from the menu and send your message. You'll receive notifications when responses are sent, and this chat will be saved to the job for future reference. If you collect any payments, tap on the Payments option and select the plus sign icon. Enter the payment type, add the reference number if applicable, and select Done when you're finished. Currently, TowBook integrates with Square for credit card processing. If you choose Square as the payment type and there's a reader connected, TowBook will automatically open the Square payment screen to accept and complete the payment from there. When all the call information is updated and your work on scene is done, be sure to capture a signature from your customer. Tap on the Signatures option. Select the plus sign. Have your client accept your terms and conditions, sign for the service, and finish by selecting the green check mark. Once that's finished, email or text the receipt to your customer by tapping on Email Receipt. You can choose additional invoice options, such as the ability to hide charges and discounts prior to sending the invoice. Also, don't forget to tap on Send when the invoice is ready. TowBook is integrated with Zebra mobile printers. If you need to print a paper receipt and are connected to the appropriate printer, choose the Print Receipt icon and select Print. Notice a couple menu items that haven't been covered yet. If you need to cancel a call, choose the Cancel option. Enter a reason for the cancellation and tap OK. When a call needs to be duplicated, TowBook makes this easy to do from your mobile device. Simply choose the Duplicate Call option, edit any call details such as location, and select Done. To view any files associated with the call or to add any files, tap on the Files option. And finally, to move this particular call to auction, you'll want to choose the Auction option. If the job you're on is a tow, make sure to update your status to towing when you're loaded up and ready to go. When arriving at your destination, you may need to update your status to Destination Arrival to let your manager or dispatcher know that you've arrived. This status is optional and enabled per your company preferences. When the job is complete, be sure to update your status to Completed and tap Done in the top right corner. And just like that, you're ready for the next job. If your company uses TowBook for private property stickering, tap the Stickers tab to view all vehicles with current stickers and any stickers that may need company approval. Tap on any sticker to view additional details, navigate to the vehicle, upload photos, notes, or choose to resolve it here. You can also create new stickers by tapping on the plus icon in the bottom right corner. Let's check out the Impound section of your mobile app. Select Impounds to view all your current, released, and auction vehicles. Tapping on any impound will show all details of this call, such as service information, vehicle details, impound details, and more. Choose the View Notes option to view or add any important notes to this impound. To release an impound using your iOS device, tap on Release Impound. Enter the reason for the release and all of the release details related to who you're releasing the vehicle to. If any payment information is received at this time, you can also record that here and choose Done to apply the payment and release the vehicle in TowBook. Tap on Accounts to see a list of all your accounts in TowBook. The magnifying glass will allow you to quickly search for any specific accounts in your system. Select the Filter option to filter any accounts by specific account tags, such as permit parking or handicap zones. To quickly add a new account, select the plus icon. Enter all the account details and choose Done at the top. Tapping on any specific account will allow you to view any files, notes, or contact information associated with that account. Select the plus icon to create a new call for that account. You can edit any account information, contacts, or invoice defaults by tapping on the Edit option. Tap Done when you're finished editing the account. We hope you've enjoyed our journey learning about the Tobook mobile app and how much you're able to do while on the go. Our mobile apps are always evolving, so you'll see new options added over time. And we'll be sure to send out announcements to keep you updated when those changes have arrived. If you have any questions about the mobile app or need any help, Tobook support is here to assist you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.